Hello everyone. In the previous two videos, we discussed about Holtek's microcontroller GPIO functionality and about timer module. So in this video, we'll show you how to configure external interrupts on Holtek HT66F3195 microcontroller. We'll set up an interrupt on PA1 and toggle an output on PA3. When the interrupt is triggered, a LED will toggle. Let's dive into the code. We'll start by enabling the Watchdog timer to reset the system if it hangs. Now we'll configure the PA3 pin as output by configuring PAS07 and PAS06 bits to 0, and we're gonna set the control register, that is PAC3 to 0, and we are gonna initially configure this pin to low. This PA3 pin will be toggled whenever the external interrupt occurs. Now we'll see how to configure the PA1 pin as interrupt pin. First, let us configure the PAS03 and PAS02 bits to 0. This will select the pin shed functionality to interrupt. Now we'll configure the INT0PS, which is nothing but the INT0 input source pin selection. We'll be setting it to 1. Now we'll configure the PAC1, which is nothing but the control register of PA1 to input mode, and now we are going to enable the pull up register by configuring the PAPU1 pin to 1. Here we enable the INT0 with falling edge trigger. We enable the interrupt and set it to trigger on a falling edge. Next, we'll be enabling interrupts. We enable INT0 and global interrupt to make sure the system responds to external signals. The main loop keeps the program running and resets the Watchdog timer to avoid accidental resets. Interrupt service routine: when a falling edge is detected on PA1, the interrupt service routine ISR is triggered. The ISR toggles the state of PA3, which could, for example, control an LED. As you can see in the interrupt vector table, the external interrupt has been defined to a address 0x04, which is nothing but the vector interrupt address. Now I will take you through how to generate this interrupt using V3 code generator in our IDE. Let us go to Tools, click on V3 code generator. In the code type, we can select ISR. We can give the name of the ISR. The ISR vector address is 0x04 as shown in the datasheet. Click on Add Code, Generate Code, and you can copy the code and paste it in the IDE. We have set up external interrupt on PA1 and toggled PA3. Whenever the interrupt is triggered, this is a great way to handle external events like button press or sensor inputs. Now let us build the code. Once the RRP build is successful, we can apply a breakpoint inside the external interrupt. So that we can see whether the external interrupt is triggered or not. Now let us run the code. As you can see, whenever there is a key press, the interrupt is getting detected. That is how you configure the external interrupt in Holtek microcontrollers using HTID3000. For more such videos, stay tuned to our channel for faster embedded system development.